Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in the last session we have started discussing about numericals on which concept, that is percentage composition. Thereafter we started discussing about empirical and molecular formula, that is even I have explained about determination of empirical as well as molecular formula, and we have discussed a few problems on that concept. Well, in this session also we are going to concentrate on numerical part which is very important, right? Yes. Now again in this session we are going to deal with some more numerical problems which is related to empirical as well as molecular formula. Okay, well, the first one, the empirical formula. The empirical formula of an organic compound is CH2O. Okay, its vapor density is 45. So what is given? Empirical formula is given CH2O, its vapor density is given 45. The molecular formula of the compound is, okay, yes. Then first we look for the options, then we go for a solution. First one CH2O, second option C2H4O2, then third option C3S6O3, and the fourth option, okay, C6H12O6. Yes, whenever empirical formula is given, so what we will get? Say empirical formula. What is the empirical formula? CH2O. So with the help of this, what we can get? We can get the empirical formula mass, right? So carbon 12, 2 hydrogen 2, oxygen 16. How much? Say 6 plus 4, 10. So what is the empirical formula mass? It is 30. So this data can be generated with the help of empirical formula. Further, what they said, vapor density is given. So vapor density is given, right? Vapor density is equal to molecular formula mass divided by 2. We know this relation. So molecular formula mass is equal to 2 into, what is the vapor density? 45. So 2 into 45, 90. So we got one more data here. So with the help of vapor density, we can calculate a molecular formula mass. By knowing the empirical formula, we can calculate the empirical formula mass. So if you know empirical formula mass and molecular formula mass, what is the next thing? We can get the n value, right? What is n value? 90 divided by 30. So we got the n value. N is equal to how much? So 31s are 33s are, that is n is equal to 3. If we get the n value 3, then what is molecular formula? Molecular formula is equal to empirical formula CH2O. How many times? Taken 3 times. Then where it holds good? C3, right? C3H6O3. So option third is correct. You got it? Is a simple way of getting the answer, right? Yes. We look for the solutions here. Again, what I said, say empirical formula CH2O and empirical formula weight. How much? 30. Then molecular formula weight, that is 2 into vapor density, that is 2 into 45, that is 90. Then by knowing these two values, so molecular formula is equal to empirical formula into n, that is common factor. So n molecular formula mass divided by empirical formula mass. So we got n is equal to 3. Then further, how we are writing a molecular formula? Molecular formula is equal to n times empirical formula, right? CH2O into 3, that is C3H6O6. Is it the molecular formula of a compound? So option third is correct there, right? Well, we go for next one. Say 15 cc of gaseous hydrocarbon, okay, 15 cc, okay, cubic centimeter, 15 cc of gaseous hydrocarbon required 45 cc of oxygen for what? For complete combustion. So means what they are specifying here? Combustion of a hydrocarbon. So for combustion of hydrocarbon, the one of the equation to be remembered is, say, remember, combustion of all hydrocarbon produces two compounds common. What is that? Carbon dioxide and water. Combustion of all hydrocarbons going to produce carbon dioxide and water. These are the products. So hydrocarbon means a compounds of carbon and hydrogen, right? So hydrocarbon CXHY. I don't know exactly how many numbers are there. So is the one thing we have to consider, formula. Yes, combustion means say CXHY is going to react with what? Oxygen, right? How many oxygens here? Say x plus y by 4 times of O2. So it's the general form to be remembered. Okay, x plus y by 4 of O2 gives rise to xCO2 plus y by 2 H2O. So this equation is very important, which is to be remembered. So generally, if you, whenever you come across combustion of hydrocarbon means, so is the general equation to be remembered. So CXHY, I repeat the equation, CXHY plus x plus y by 4 of O2 gives rise to xCO2 plus y by 2 H2O. So this equation to be remembered. Okay, yes, what they are saying, 15 cc of gaseous hydrocarbon. So how many? So volume of 15 cc of gaseous hydrocarbon requires 45 cc of oxygen. Number of moles they are specifying, so or against volume they are specifying. Okay, to give what? 30 cc of carbon dioxide. If 30 cc of CO2 is formed, by reacting this, if 30 cc of CO2 is formed, okay, the formula of that gaseous compound they are asking. Means if you know the value of x and y, you will get the formula. Now, see here the ratio we got 15 is to 45 is to 30. Yes or no? Yes, what is the simple ratio here? 15 ones are, 15 threes are, 15 twos are, which means what is the simple ratio? 1 is to 3 is to 2. So 15 cancels here. Then I can equate quantity x plus y by 4, which is equal to which quantity? 3. And here x is equal to how much? X is equal to 2. So we got the value here. So we got x is equal to 2. Then x plus y by 4 is equal to how much? Is equal to 3. So x is 2. So 2 plus y by 4 is equal to 3. Okay, so y by 4 is equal to 1, or y is equal to how much? Y is equal to 4. So we got x and y data, right? X is equal to 2 and y is equal to 4, which means what is the formula? C2H4. Ethene is the formula. What is that hydrocarbon? Ethene, C2H4. Yes, we look for the options. First one, say C3H6. Second, C2H2. Then third option, okay, third option is, just a wait, second. What is the third option here? Third option is C4H10, and the fourth one is, okay, C2H4. So what is the answer here? Yes, we got C2H4 is the correct answer. Okay, yes. Then if you consider the solution part, as I said here, general equation to be remembered, CXHY plus x plus y by 4 of O2 gives rise to xCO2 plus y by 2 H2O. Right? So and they specified 15 cc of that hydrocarbon combines with how much? 45 cc of oxygen and produces 30 cc of carbon dioxide. So volume is specified here. So 15 ones are, 15 threes are, and 15 twos are. We can get the simple whole number ratio here, 1 is to 3 is to 2. So what I can say here, x plus y by 4, which is equal to how much? Which is equal to 3, and x is equal to 2 we got here, right? Then how I can write? So 2 plus y by 4, it can be done. 2 plus y by 4 is equal to 3, say 8. If you multiply each term by what? 4. If you multiply with each term by 4, it will be 8 plus y is equal to 12. Then y is equal to 12 minus 8. So y is equal to 4. Then what is the empirical formula? C2H4, right? Well, the next one, calculate the amount of water produced by combustion of 16 gram of methane. So here combustion of methane they are saying. Say methane. Yes, methane. What is the formula? CH4. Combustion means again what I can write? O2. So combustion of hydrocarbon again CO2 plus H2. Yes, it is balanced. Equation is balanced or not? Not balanced. So CH4 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus H2O. So how many hydrogens are there? 4 hydrogens. There is only 2. So we will make it 2 here. So 2, 4 hydrogens, 4 hydrogens, 1 carbon. So 4 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen, 1 carbon, 1 carbon. Look at the oxygens. 2 plus 2, 4 oxygens on the product side. So here only 2. So 2 here multiplied with the 2. So now this equation is balanced. So calculate the amount of water produced by combustion of 16 gram of methane. So to get this stoichiometric ratio, what is to be considered? We should have a balanced, always we should have a balanced chemical equation. Okay, ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ we should have a balanced chemical equation. So combustion of methane they said, therefore I have written this equation CH4, just I will write once again. So CH4 plus 2O2 gives rise to CO2 plus 2H2O. So a balanced equation is written here. Now if you look at the relations here, what is the relation we have to look for? Combustion of methane and production of water. So 1 mole of methane produces 2 mole of water, 1:2. 1 mole of methane means 16 gram, right? Its molecular formula, molecular mass 16 gram. 16 gram of methane produces 2 moles of water. 1 mole of water means 18, that is 36 gram. 18 into 2. So we look for the options. Say the balanced equation that I said here. So 2 mole of water, that is 2 into 18, how much? It is 36 gram of water produced. If 16 gram of methane is subjected for combustion, okay, 36 gram of water will be produced during a reaction. Well, next, how many moles of methane are required to produce what? 22 gram of carbon dioxide after combustion. So again here also what I can say here, combustion of methane, right? Say CH4 plus 2O2 gives rise to CO2 plus 2H2O. So it's a balanced equation. Yes or no? So how many moles of methane are required to produce 22 gram of carbon dioxide? Means you have to look for a relation between what? Methane and carbon dioxide. Say 1 mole, 1:1 is there. 1 mole of methane produces 1 mole of carbon dioxide is the relation. Means say here number of moles we keep as it is. 1 mole of carbon dioxide means how much? 44 gram of CO2. Its molecular mass. Carbon 12, oxygen 16. It is 44 gram per mole. This is the molecular mass of a carbon dioxide. So what I can say here, 44 gram of CO2. Okay, 44 gram of carbon dioxide produced by how many moles of methane? 1 mole of methane. Is that relation? How much carbon dioxide to be produced here? 22 gram. So 22 gram of carbon dioxide produced by how many moles? Just cross multiplication. So 22 into 1 divided by 44. How much it is? It is 0.5 mole. So what is the answer? 0.5 mole. You got it? So how many moles of methane are required to produce 22 gram of carbon dioxide after combustion? Means it is the 0.5 mole of methane required. Okay, yes. So again if you look at the solution, has the same thing what I explained here, it is 0.5 moles. Okay, yes. Next one, how many gram of oxygen are required? Okay, how many grams of oxygen required to completely react with how much? 0.2 gram of hydrogen to yield water. So here formation of water, 2H2, if I consider a balanced equation, 2H2 plus O2 gives rise to 2H2O. Is balanced equation. So 2:1:2 is the simple whole number ratio. So now what is the question here? How many gram of oxygen required to completely react with 0.2 gram of hydrogen to yield water? So now we have to look for relation between mass ratio between what? Hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, yes. Say here 2 moles of hydrogen, 1 mole of hydrogen means 2 gram. Okay, 2 mole means 4 gram. 4 gram of hydrogen, 4 gram of hydrogen requires 1 mole of oxygen means 32 gram. 32 gram of O2 is the standard relation. 4 gram of hydrogen requires 32 gram of oxygen to yield water. Okay, now how much? 0.02 gram, that is 0.2 gram of hydrogen requires how many grams of oxygen? So that is 0.2 into 32 divided by 4, right? So 4 ones are 4 8s are 32. So 8 into 0.2, that is 1.6 gram is the answer. Okay, how many grams of oxygen required? It is the 1.6 gram of oxygen required, okay, to react, completely react with how much hydrogen? 0.2 gram of hydrogen. Well, so if we consider the solution, that is formation of water 2H2 plus O2 gives rise to 2H2O. So mole ratio, as I said, 2:1:2. Well, 2 mole of hydrogen means 4 gram, 1 mole of O2 means 32 gram. So 2 mole of water means 36 gram. So what is the relation we said? 4 gram of hydrogen requires 32 gram of oxygen. 0.2 gram of hydrogen requires how much oxygen? So 32 divided by 4 into 0.2. So if you simplify, 1.6 gram. And anyway, water is not asked here. So what is the answer? 1.6 gram of oxygen. Well, so even water, if you consider, 4 gram of hydrogen produces how much water? 36 gram of water. 0.2 gram of water hydrogen produces 1.8 gram of water. Well, the next one, what volume of oxygen at STP? So they are specifying volume of gases at STP. We know all gases going to occupy 22.4 liters of volume at STP, right? So to be remembered here. So what volume of oxygen at STP can be produced by 6.125 gram of potassium chlorate according to the reaction. So what is the reaction here? Decomposition of potassium chloride they are specifying. Yes, the given chemical equation is, what is that? 2 KClO3 gives rise to 2 KCl plus 3 O2. So 2 KClO3 is a 2 mole gives rise to, on decomposition, thermal decomposition gives 2 mole of KCl and 3 moles of oxygen. So here the relation here, molecular mass of KClO3, it is 122.5. It is the molecular mass of KClO3. So 2 mole means 2 into 122.5 gram of KClO3. On decomposition produces 3 moles of O2 oxygen gas. 1 mole means 1 mole of gas. I already said 1 mole of gas produces 22.4 liters of volume. So 3 mole means 3 into 22.4 liter. That's it. So is the relation. So 2 into 122.5 gram of KClO3 on decomposition produces 3 into 22.4 liters of oxygen at STP. Okay, yes, is the standard relation, stoichiometric relation. So if you multiply 245 gram, okay, 245 gram of KClO3 produces how much oxygen? 3 into 22.4 liters of oxygen at STP. Then how much KClO3 is specified? 6.125 gram of KClO3 produces, question mark. So multiplication. So 6.125, okay, into 3 into 22.4 divided by 245. So if we simplify it, what is the answer we get? 1.68 liters of oxygen at STP. Means if 6.125 gram of KClO3 is subjected for decomposition, how much oxygen is liberated? 1.68 liters of oxygen will be liberated. Okay, yes. Then next one, what mass of zinc is required to produce hydrogen by reaction with the hydrochloric acid, which is enough to produce 4 mole of ammonia, 4 mole of ammonia according to the reactions. See here, Zn is the reaction. When zinc is treated with mineral acids like hydrochloric acid, there will be formation of its salt, that is zinc chloride plus hydrogen is liberated. So how many, what is the mole relation here? Say 1 mole of zinc, okay, 1 mole of zinc reacts with 2 moles of hydrochloric acid gives 1 mole of zinc chloride and 1 mole of hydrogen. Means if 1 mole of zinc reacts, 1 mole of hydrogen releases. Remember this. Then on the other hand is tallied with the formation of ammonia. Formation of ammonia means 3H2 plus N2 gives rise to 2NH3. So to give 2 mole of ammonia, 3 moles of hydrogen required. Okay. How much ammonia to be produced here? 4 moles. 4 mole means just we have to multiply it to 2. So double it. Double means 6H2 plus 2N2 gives rise to 4NH3. So is the required quantity. We need to produce 4 moles of ammonia. Then how many mole of hydrogen required here? 6 moles of hydrogen. Means we are going for back relations. 1:1, right? Zinc and hydrogen. Zn is to H2. What is the relation? 1:1. So if hydrogen is 6, zinc is also 6. For the formation of 4 moles of ammonia, 6 moles of hydrogen required. To produce 6 moles of hydrogen, 6 moles of zinc to be reacted. So what mass of zinc required means 6 moles of zinc required. So in terms of mole, now it must be converted into mass. So say, as I explained here, say 2 moles of ammonia requires 3 moles of hydrogen and 1 mole of hydrogen requires 1 mole of zinc. Okay, therefore I can say 3 mole of hydrogen requires 3 moles of zinc, thus 2 moles of ammonia requires 3 moles of zinc into 65, 3 into 65 gram. On the other hand, if you consider 4 moles of ammonia, 4 moles of ammonia means it is 3 into 65 divided by 2 into 4. That is how much? It is the 390 gram of, that is, as I said, simply 6 mole. 6 mole of Zn. 6 mole of Zn means, say, 6 into its atomic mass, 65. 390 gram. You got it? Yes. Then, okay, with this I am going to conclude about this session. Again in the next session we go for the last concept of the chapter. Okay, thank you. Be safe.